What is going on, everybody? I hope you guys are all having an amazing day. Welcome to the very first 6-minute Saturday. So I am going to be doing these almost every week, every other week. It really just depends on you guys giving me feedback on what I need to do, what you want to see me do, different tips, tutorials. It doesn't have to be just photo and video editing. I do a lot of stuff other than just those realms of things. If you want to know something with cars, technology, anything like that, I will do a tutorial for you guys on it. I do have a few of them already lined up. But before I get into today's video, this is actually a brand that I am an ambassador for. So they're kind of a new brand. They're very urban style Christian clothes, and they are really comfortable. It's like, this is really comfortable of a shirt. This is one of their shirts. I'll have the link to their website down in the description below, and if you use the code TF Visuals, you will get 15% off at checkout. So either use that code down below or go to GodTheFatherApparel.com. It'll all be linked down below, so just click that first link in the description and use code TF Visuals for 15% off. You're welcome. So now, getting into the video, this is the actual picture that we will be editing today. I saw this on TikTok the other day and I really liked it. It is a very easy thing to do. It's not going to take very long, but there's just kind of some background stuff that you got to know beforehand. So let's get 6 minutes on the clock. Let's get into it. Let's go into Photoshop. So I'm going to click on the first one because that one is just one I think looks a little bit better. So really all you need to do this is a good picture of a lot of background, the guy or girl, whatever you're trying to do this with, and if their feet are at different lengths away from each other, it's going to work a little bit better. You don't necessarily have to do it. The other pictures that I had, I didn't have it like that, and they were just like on the same plane, but we're trying to create a plane and a circle around it, so it just works a little bit better in my opinion. So right now I'm not going to worry about cropping it or anything like that. All I'm going to do is just click on the layer, and if you don't have the rectangular marquee tool, it's going to be a little dotted square thing right here. You can go here and you can right click, and there's going to be a whole bunch of different options, but mine's already right here. So I'm doing hers because she's in a straight line, very straight up and down, so it's super easy to do this. So I'm just going to start at almost the very top. I know I can't start at the top because then I'll wind up in this, because I want to get all the colors that her body is using. So I'll start at the part and I'll just kind of drag all the way down, and I'll just make sure that my lines are inside of her leg. It doesn't really matter how big you make this, it just kind of matters that you get all of the colors that you want out of it. So whenever I unselect it, I just clicked and dragged it. Whenever I let go of the mouse, this is what comes up, and then you're going to right click in here. You're going to have a bunch of different options to choose. The only one you need to do is layer via copy. So right here it has created a new layer for us. With that layer, if we hit either on Windows the Control T, or on Mac is Command T, whatever you need to do to transform it, it actually has a layer right here that is cut out from that selection that I made. So from that, then this is kind of the easy part. You pretty much just stretch it out, and yes, it's gonna look very weird for the time being. So once this is done, then you're gonna go up to your filters, distort, and then from distort you're gonna go to polar coordinates. So it's going to bring up this little panel right here. Just click the little thing to unzoom so you get the full figure of what you're trying to look at. This is pretty much perfect automatically. I found that you kind of have to stretch the thing that we made all the way across the whole part from side to side, or it's not going to make a full circle. So then click OK, and it does it for you. So from here, if you hit Command T or Control T again, you can then change the circle. You can change the size of it. If you hold Shift, it changes the size and makes it a perfect circle for you. So that is what we're going to try to go for here. Now the only thing I don't like is this thing in the middle. It's going to go behind her, but I still want it to be at the bottom, so I'm going to right click on it and then flip vertical. So now this thing, and I'm going to rotate it a little bit so that way her leg is now blocking the thing, and the colors are all still the same. Okay, so now that it's kind of in the position that I want it in, all I'm going to do is I'm just going to go to the layer itself and hit the little eyeball, and it hides it. So it is still there, it's still a working layer, it's just hidden. And you can name these if you want to, but I don't ever do it. I mean, you can see the picture right there pretty obviously. So what I'm going to do is go to layer 0. So that is this layer right here, and I'm going to hit Command J. So I duplicated the layer. So I'm just going to hide the bottom layer so that way I'm working on just the top. So now we're going to go over to our tools again and make sure we click on the quick selection tool. So then there's going to have some options up here that you can pick. It really just depends on purely whatever you're trying to work on. So just make sure you have the plus selected for right now, and just click the main parts of her body that we're trying to get. So now that we have the general outline of her all shaped together, there's little pieces that I know I'm gonna see again. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hit the minus, and it's just kind of finicky. So this is kind of the sloppy way to do it, so to speak. And then just go back and forth with the plus and the minus to make sure that it's outlining her correctly. So we now pretty much have her selected, or at least outlined in the way that we want to. I'm not really worried about this right here, because that's on the layer already. What is going to be affected is kind of everything from right here up. So we pretty much just need to make sure everything from there up is going to be really, really good. So from this, what you're going to do is you go down here, and it's going to say layer mask, add a layer mask. So click on that, and now you can see that everything that we did outline is the only thing left. So now unhide the circle and unhide the other layer, the first layer that's our regular picture, and literally just bring this layer, click and drag it to that blue line, and then boom, you are right here. And now you're pretty much done. If you want to stop right here, you really could, but I'm going to add a little bit more. So if I double click on the layer, there's going to be a bunch of things. All I need you to worry about is this one right here in drop shadow. So you click on it, it automatically checks it. So you can play with these however you want to do it. It is completely and purely up to you. All this is going to do is help put a distinction between the thing that we just made and her. My settings safe, I'm just going to click OK. You don't really have to worry about this anymore, but I'm gonna make sure I'm gonna have my layer selected. I'm gonna do one more thing. So there is a line right here that you guys can see. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my brush, hitting B again, and I'm gonna get everything off of that line, and then I'm gonna stop at the very bottom. I'm gonna go a little bit past it because the layer does exist underneath, so it's not like I'm getting rid of it completely. So from here, I'm just gonna go, and if you hit X, it flips it for you. And I'm just gonna follow along that little brown line right there, and then we zoom out, and then boom, you are done. So this is everything that I did. It's not very difficult, it's not very hard. It's just kind of a little bit of trial and error. It's a lot of things of you gotta try this, you gotta see if you like this. This is the picture I used because it had really good colors, and it's got a really big background for me to show you guys everything that I wanted to do. And boom, now you have a perfect Instagram picture. But that is it for the tutorial. If you guys do decide to use this, make sure to tag me on Instagram, Trey Fowler Visuals, so that way I can share it and we can both have amazing pictures like this on our Instagram stories and on our feeds. That's it for this one. Make sure you are liking, subscribing, and hitting the thumbs up button. And if you want a specific 6 minute Saturday tutorial video, or just any kind of video for 6 minutes, just leave it in the comments down below, and I'll make sure, if I know how to do it, or if I know a little bit how to do it, I'll make sure I get to your video. That's it for this one. Peace out, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.